The Forest, Book 2 of the Dark Corner miniseries. Written by Easton Livingston. Narrated by David Washington. Part 1. I Need a Vacation. Everyone stared down at the body on the floor. Hal, you okay? Hal Baker struggled to open his eyes, hearing the familiar voice calling to him. It sounded like his supervisor. As the blurriness faded, the cratered fiber pulp of the drop ceiling was the first thing that came into focus. He gave us a scare there. His eyes shifted left to the face of his boss, Gary, who was kneeling over him. That's when he saw the rest of the faces surrounding him, gawking with puzzled or alarmed expressions. He gave a heavy sigh and attempted to sit up, the room shifting against his desire. Hey, take it easy there. I don't want you to fall out again. Hal steadied himself on the floor, waiting for the room to stop swaying. What happened? They said you came in the break room, walked toward the refrigerator, and passed out. You're lucky you didn't crack your head on the floor. Gary helped him to a nearby chair. How long was I out? Felicia Brewer, Gary's secretary, put a hand on his shoulder. Couple of minutes. You sure you're okay? Hal nodded his affirmation. You'll have to go to the hospital. I'll take you there. No, Hal insisted. Just give me a minute here. I'll drive straight there. Gary looked at him with an annoyed smirk. What is wrong with you? You pass out on the floor and you want to drive yourself across town to the hospital. That honestly make any sense to you? Like I said, I'll drive. Hal capitulated with a sigh and a nod. He tried to recall what happened. All he remembered was entering the break room before things faded out of focus. He felt much better on the drive to the hospital, though he was still a little woozy. Once there, Gary worked on his Acer tablet in the hospital waiting area while the doctor examined him. 45 minutes later, they emerged from the back. Are you his boss? The doctor said, a moderate trace of an Indian accent in his voice. Yes, I am. Is everything okay? Well, no, not exactly. Physically, Mr. Baker is not in too bad of shape. His cholesterol is a bit high, but that's manageable by losing about 10 pounds and having a healthier diet. My concern is his work schedule. He is not getting the proper rest. He says he only sleeps 3 to 4 hours a night. I'm surprised he has functioned as long as he has. Gary nodded a slow acknowledgement. He passed out because of stress. His body can't handle the long hours and little sleep. He needs time off to recuperate. Hal saw Gary nodding but caught his lips pursing. He wasn't fond of Hal not being able to work. Gary counted on him, and he didn't mind that. He took the position because he knew he could do it, and he did. He performed well as the regional manager. It called for a lot of traveling, a lot of late night slaving over records and double-checking figures, a lot of eating bad food because it was the only thing that wouldn't impede his work. He held in there as long as possible. 7 years long, but it had caught up to him. Minimum a week. Better if it were 2. How you work it out is up to you. With that, the doctor shook hands, reminded Hal to fill his prescription, told him the date of his follow-up appointment, and scurried off into the office. The first 5 minutes driving back to work were in silence. Hal glanced over at Gary a few times to get a quick read on his face. Hal, Gary said, I'm sorry. A sinking feeling gripped Hal's stomach. Sentences that started with those 2 words always portended bad news. I'm sorry that I've been working you so hard. I never thought something like this would happen. Never crossed my mind. Too wrapped up in business. Hal let out a small sigh of relief. Oh,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?